One of the best things about this time of year is gift giving. But one of the hardest things about this time of year is coming up with the perfect gift. But I have you covered because today I'm sharing with you 10 fantastic gift ideas. Hello and welcome. My name is Jennifer, and this is a little bit of Calm and Crazy, where I love sharing easy DIYs and budget decor. But today I am sharing with you 10 easy gift ideas. And the best thing is they all come from Dollar Tree. I want to thank Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get to it. For this first gift, you want to pick up one of these metal stars and then spray paint it any color you want. I am using Rust-Oleum's Cherry Red. It is my favorite red, especially this time of year. To personalize it, you can grab like a letter ornament. I picked this up at Walmart, but you can also use some of the wooden letters that Dollar Tree carries. Now it's time to add some beads. Now you can just grab some beads and spray paint them any color that you want, or you can always grab a decor piece that already has some beads on it and use those like I am doing here. To finish it off, just make sure that you secure it with a knot. Now I'm finishing this off by just adding some pieces of some picks that I had. I'm just hot gluing those down and holding them in place. And I think that this makes a beautiful personalized ornament. Great to hang on a tree. Honestly, this would also be really cute if you are giving a wrapped up present to first use as a tag and then they can transition it as an ornament on a tree. I just think it is super beautiful and timeless. For this next gift idea, you're going to need to pick up some fabric. I happen to really love this green one, but you have several different ones to choose from. You're also going to need a smaller embroidery hoop. For this, you do want to have your fabric folded in half and then go ahead and place that embroidery hoop around your fabric and screw it closed, and then just take a pair of scissors and cut as close to that embroidery hoop as you can. You're going to personalize it by using an initial. Again, I have an ornament from Walmart, but you can use one of the wooden letters from Dollar Tree if you prefer to. When you apply it, just make sure that you put it towards the bottom of the circle so that when you go to add a bow for its final touch, the bow can go towards the top and the little ribbons around the bow kind of frame out that initial. Now, to hang this, you just need a piece of string or a twine, whatever one you want to use, and you're just going to loop that on the back, tie a knot, and then this is ready to go. This can be a standalone gift, or like the previous ornament, this would be the cutest little tag on a gift, and then they can use it as an ornament after. Either which way, I think that this is beautiful, and anyone would love to hang it on their tree. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love tote bags, and I really love when they're customized, whether it's with your name, initial, whatever. And I was looking through Amazon and saw all of these, and they were ranging anywhere from like 15, 20 plus dollars. I happen to really like this one a lot, but using my Cricut, I could make it for even less than the $15 that they are trying to sell it for here. All you need to do is pick up one of these canvas totes that Dollar Tree carries and then get creating. As you can see, I've already done my design here. I put it in two different colors. It doesn't matter what colors you choose. You do want to make sure it's two colors so that you have time to change out your vinyl if you are going to have it in two colors like I have chosen to do. For this project, I chose to use Cricut's Smart Iron-On Vinyl, so I'm not going to be using a matte, and as you can see, I do have it cutting on two separate colors. Because this is an iron-on, make sure that you mirror your image. That is super important. It does remind you a couple times, but you do want to have that image flipped. Now, it honestly doesn't matter what colors you choose while you're designing. You can pick whatever colors you want once you go to cut. Now, I have personally chosen to go with a glittery gold for the larger letter, and I stuck with black for the name itself. I feel like if you choose two contrasting colors, then both of them will pop a little bit better once you place them on the bag. If you've never worked with an iron-on vinyl, your backing is what's sticky and the vinyl itself is kind of rubbery. Think like a balloon. So you're going to be pulling your extra vinyl away, which is called weeding. So get rid of that and only have the letter or the name that you want left on the backing itself. You're going to lay down the larger letter first and you are going to iron that on. I'm using the Easy Press 2 to do that. I like to wait till it cools off before I remove the backing, and then I like to hold the fabric tight as I'm pulling that backing off. I find I get a better result with that. Now, when you are doing anything with a heat press, go to Cricut's heat guide because they have very good instructions for you. Also, make sure anytime you are layering two colors together or two pieces of vinyl together that you use a heat protectant between the heat press and those colors, whether it's Teflon, a piece of butcher paper, use something. You'll end up with the most beautiful tote bag that anyone would love to have. What a great gift this would be. Now, of course, I customized this with a name, but you don't have to use a name. There are so many different ways that you can customize and personalize a tote bag. You will be running to Dollar Tree to grab a cutting board for this next gift idea. Of course, we're heading back into Design Space to create a beautiful image for this cutting board. Very first, we're going to go into images, type in wreath, and as we're scrolling, do you see how there are pictures below these images? If you click on one of them, you can see that these are the artists that create these, and you can follow specific artists if you want to. I happen to like this artist that created this wreath. I am following her. You can also follow me if you want to. Now, once we have the wreath, then I'm going to go ahead and type in all the text that I need because I just want this to be very customized and personalized to the person that I am giving this to. Make sure all the parts of your design are attached so they will all cut out the way that you have it set up on your canvas. Once you've done that, I'm choosing to cut this out on a mat. Yes, you can cut smart vinyl out on a mat as well. Center it because this is going to be a stencil and you want to leave some extra vinyl around the edges. You're going to cut it as usual, but this time when you go to weed, you're going to do like a reverse weeding. So you're going to leave in the parts you would normally weed out and weed out the parts you would normally weed. Does that make sense? So this time you're going to weed actually the wreath itself and the name. Once you have all of that weeded, apply your transfer tape. Make sure that you are using your tool to varnish it well to get onto that transfer tape. And then I always like to flip it over and peel it off so that it sticks to the transfer tape. From there, you can put it onto your cutting board and then remove that transfer tape, and you're ready to really get this going. So here I'm using some torch paste. I actually saw this first from Courtney over on Creative on the Cheap. She used it and I knew I had to get my hands on some. You guys, this takes burning wood up to a whole new level. You simply need to apply a thin coat, then squeegee off the excess, let it dry a couple of minutes, peel off your vinyl. Now, if you happen to be working on a piece that you really want to be precise about where you're laying your stencil, Cricut does sell a smart stencil vinyl. It's translucent and it has grid lines, and that would be a better option than using the removable vinyl. But once you get this vinyl removed, it's time to pull out that heat gun. This is my favorite heat gun because you can control the temperature. You're going to take that heat gun around and you're just going to keep moving it slowly around and watch as this comes to life. It is just stunning. Now, I did find if I held it into an area just a little bit longer, I would get just a little bit more burn. And that is really what made this, is just having some areas a little bit darker than others. I think that this is breathtaking. All you would need to do is seal this up with some hemp seed oil or butcher block oil, and this is all ready to go, whether they use it for a decor piece or they actually want to chop up some fruit and veggies on it. Doesn't really matter. Something like this would easily run $40, $50+, but using a cutting board from Dollar Tree and our Cricut, we can save ourselves so much money. Here is another cutting board that I created for another friend. I actually got this cutting board from the Target Dollar Spot. For this next gift, you want to grab any one of Dollar Tree's oven mitts or oven pads. I happen to really love this one because it has the silicone on the back. Of course, we're going to personalize this to make them even better, but here's the thing about oven pads and oven mitts. No one actually wants to buy their own. So this is like the perfect gift because we're giving something that somebody actually needs, but then we're making it really cute by personalizing it. Now with this, I am using some heat transfer tape to hold it in place. And you notice I did put a towel in the pocket. That's because the fabric is a little bit more delicate and I want to protect the under layer. Make sure you do use a lower heat with these as well, but you end up with just the cutest little oven pad. I absolutely love this. Toss in a couple of Dollar Tree's utensils. I love these because they are great for scraping out jars, and you have yourself a really cute gift. Of course, we don't want to forget our little ones, and these elves that Dollar Tree has are super cute. But in the plus section, they have these little animals. I snagged the little bear. My niece has a baby, and this is her first Christmas. And of course, I might just need to go a little crazy. And you can leave the bear as is or get rid of that greenery. Now you can use a heat gun to help you get rid of that glue, the hot glue that's on there, but be careful because that greenery that's left on can melt. You don't want to melt that in there. Then go in with Cricut's Smart Iron on Vinyl. I'm using the glittery red because it matches that scarf oh so well. Now this is the perfect time to pull out the mini heat press because it's a smaller area. You can even iron on the year, add some more embellishments to finish it off, and you have yourself just the cutest little gift that someone can pull out every year and they can remember that you gave it to them. For this next gift, you're just going to need a mug. Grab whatever color you want. I love white. You need to tape it off a couple inches from the bottom. Don't forget to tape off that handle. And then you need to grab yourself some of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Very, very specific that you grab that dishwasher safe Mod Podge because not any old Mod Podge will do for this. Now you're just going to take that Mod Podge and you are going to brush it on below where you taped it, and then you're going to take a fine glitter and sprinkle it all the way around the bottom of that mug. Make sure you have like a container catching the extra glitter below you so you can just put that right back into your glitter container when you're done. While that Mod Podge is still wet, go ahead and remove the tape and then let it sit with the cup upside down. Once it dries, go ahead and retape it and then add a layer of Mod Podge on top of the glitter to seal it in. You actually will need to go in with 2 to 3 coats in order to completely seal that glitter in. Now, this Mod Podge does require 28 days to cure before it can go in the dishwasher, but after that 28 days, this will be dishwasher safe. Sure that you remove the tape in between coats of Mod Podge. And also, if you're running late on doing this and you don't have 28 days before gifting it, just include a note that lets the person know the date that this is dishwasher safe. And you will have a beautiful gift to give in just the mug. But if you don't like to give an empty mug by itself, you could always get a little bag, fill it with like a lotion and a gift card, stick it in there with a little bow, and you are all set to go. Right now, Dollar Tree is carrying these really cute buffalo check slippers, and they have the rubber bottoms. So not only do you have these gray and white ones, but they also have these red and black ones. Now, if you are doing like Christmas photos or like pajama photos, what a cute gift this would be to give to all of the girls that you're doing the pajamas for. Now, you can leave them as is, or you can do what I did, which of course is just to give them a little bit more personality. So starting off with, I use the heat press just to get those little wrinkles out. And then I created the cutest little mama bear design in Cricut Design Space. Don't forget, all this stuff is linked in the description box. So if you want to use the same designs, by all means, I would love it. Of course, I'm using iron-on vinyl to do this and my Easy Press too. I just applied one design to each of the slippers. I think these turned out so cute. Who wouldn't love to receive these as a gift? I know I would. I think they're adorable. If slippers are not your thing, right now Dollar Tree is carrying these little booties in solids and in prints, and they are the cutest little things. Plus, don't they look so warm? I just want to dive my whole body into them. My Dollar Tree barely just got them in. They are currently in bags and they are trying to get them hung. If you live in a place that is really cold, or if you know somebody that is like me that is just cold all the time anyway, these would make the perfect gift. Just fold them up or roll them up. I personally like to fold the bottom up and then take the top and roll it around. Don't you just love that the inside is fleece? Doesn't that look so cozy? Put the two pairs together, take your favorite ribbon, wrap it around, tie a bow, and you have yourself just the perfect gift for anyone that lives in a really cold place, or if they're like me and they just happen to be cold all of the time. For this next gift, you want to make sure that you pick up one of these large chalkboard signs from the Dollar Tree Plus area. You can leave it black the way it is, or if you want to paint it, this is the time that you would go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it black. So here you see that I have the words to Oh Holy Night, and I've just shaped it so that it looks like a Christmas tree. Now, when I go and hit make it, first I'm going to select that I'm going to do this without a mat. Now you can see that it actually has part of it cutting out the way that you saw it here, and then it turned some of it, and that's because it's actually too wide to cut across the mat. It needs to use the length of the vinyl. Now that is just how you work if you're working with either a larger sign or any sort of vinyl piece that is a little bit on the larger side. You would just need to work in sections. Quite often, I find it easier to work with a larger sign than a smaller sign. You just need to make sure that you're lining everything up the way that you want it to. But when it comes to like weeding it, I think larger is easier than smaller. The only part that might seem a little complicated is adding a second section, and you really just need to eyeball it. Make sure that you're not losing the design that you were going for. So here we are wanting the shape of a tree, super simple and easy, and then you end up with a beautiful piece. Anybody would want this to display in their home for Christmas. It absolutely makes a great gift. I will have links to all my Cricut designs down in the description box. Now, there is a difference between just having Cricut Design Space and having an Access membership. Here's all the benefits to having your Access membership, and you can get it as low as $7.99 a month. For this next DIY gift idea, you're going to need a jar. Now, I happen to really love this candy jar. I just think the shape of it is super cute, but any jar will do. You're also going to need a collection of some yummy, smell good things like some dried oranges. Now, you can absolutely dry these yourself, or you can do what I did, which is go to Amazon and order some. You're going to need some cinnamon sticks, some rosemary, which I actually got from my friend's garden, some cranberries, and do not forget the cloves. That must be one of my favorite Christmas scents ever. Orange and clove together, that is like pure heaven in my book. All you need to do is take all of these yummy, smelly, goody things and place them in the jar. Make sure you leave out like one of the rosemaries and an orange. You can just take a hole punch and punch a hole in the orange. Take a piece of twine, wrap it around the jar, and then tie the orange and the rosemary on the outside, and you have yourself a Christmas potpourri. All they need to do with this is put it in a pot, cover it with some water, and when they simmer this, their house is going to be filled with an aroma that just is like Christmas. Hello, thank you. My house smells so good, and you're welcome. I feel like this is like the gift that keeps on giving. It starts out super cute with a package, and then they get lucky because that smell is just so wonderful. Like I mentioned earlier, my favorite Christmas smell is orange and cloves. What is your favorite Christmas scent? For more gift ideas, check out this video. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.